So Topget EdTech Group is an online education platform, and we are present in 4 different countries with 3 different products, which I'll elaborate a little bit later. So for now, my topic is on leapfrogging, how emerging countries, emerging economies like Nepal or even Vietnam, where I live, have actually experienced this effect and put to great use. So before that, let me ask you, what's entrepreneurship and what's startup? Anyone? Okay, let's start with what's a startup. So basically, it's a temporary entity in discovering a scalable and continuing business model, right? So you could start with something and it may not be scalable, but you're going to find a business model that can, right? So it's a temporary entity, all right? So basically, this is what it is. And what's an entrepreneur? So an entrepreneur is someone that's willing to take on a new product, put in the time, and creating the change, right? So what is entrepreneurship? Simply, entrepreneurship is a mindset. How you put your mind to doing something that's seemingly impossible to do. Okay, so basically, this is a small presentation on the leapfrogging your ways to a startup ecosystem. So I'll give you some examples. Myanmar has been closed for many years due to political situations, and back in 2012, infrastructure got built, and one of the few things that you can Okay, Myanmar. So basically, a friend of mine runs a company in Myanmar. It costs more than $2,000 a month just to get internet, right? Your Wi-Fi. But over the last 3-4 years, near 100% of people are on mobile. So they've skipped the entire generation of phone line. And myself, I've never used a phone in my house for at least almost 20 years, right? So that's a great leap forward, and a lot of things are going into mobile. So they're able to take advantage of that as the economy or the ecosystem improve. And that also increase in the online delivery of content. A new generation of tech-savvy youths, okay, who did not know anything before, and they were born into the mobile technology. Israel, same thing, all right? Because of the unique situation, for example. So they've been, the forefront, the pioneers of AI, ML, all right? Artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep tech, cybersecurity. They've been at the forefront of such development, right? And also, they are also one of the few countries that actually avail their research materials for commercial users. So Vietnam, same thing. Back in first time about almost 20 years ago, where the neighborhood that I was in had one phone to service that little neighborhood. So calls would come in, they would shout the name of the person would run down to answer the call. Or the person would come and say that, hey, I need to book a time to make a phone call. In less than 2 years, it went from that, again, to mobile. And today, the mobile penetration is 145% of 90 million, or more than 90 million population, right? And because of that, because of the advent of broadband, a lot of young kids, they did nothing, basically sat at coffee houses, turned on the laptop, and started learning to code. So when I got into the startup ecosystem, I was meeting guys who were at that time maybe 24, 25 years old, and they already have 10 years of experience, not just playing around, but actually coding. You know, a good example would be this guy who came up with Flappy Bird back in 2013. It went from nothing, and over a period of 3 weeks, I remember it was over Chinese New Year, in a period of 3 weeks, it went from nothing to $50,000 a day on advertising revenue. On a game that's the most frustrating game you can ever play, but it caught on, right? So this is actually an outlier. So I'm not saying that everyone is like that in Vietnam, but then because of the opportunities given to them through technology, they were able to capitalize on that. And because of that, the gaming industry in Vietnam is actually quite vibrant, the community at least, right? And Vietnam also, because of, from 2010 to 2014, right? So Vietnam kind of suffered a little bit of an economic downturn, okay? But that actually helped a lot for the ecosystem in that we were able to look at Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, for example, for things that they've done, and they were pioneers in developing the ecosystem in Southeast Asia. We were able to look at them and say, all right, what were the good things that we could use? What were the bad things that we shouldn't be doing? Right? So that also we benefited on that, and that's what created the leapfrog effect. So, and I just want to share with you on certain aspects of what I observed and what I feel are universal, that I think, you know, could be applied to the Nepal ecosystem. For example, schools and universities, right? So today, we go to school, we want that piece of paper. Right? We work so hard at high school, trying to get good grades to get into good schools. You know, some of the more fortunate ones get scholarship to go to Australia, to go to UK, as I can see outside some of the booths, right? But here's the thing, conventionally, at least from our parents,